7 straight felt great. But that's all over with last night's loss to the White Sox. Now we hit the biggest 2 weeks of the season. With the season on the line, we face the Astros tomorrow night, Blue Jays this weekend, then we finish it off at Fenway Park. This stretch is either going to make or break the New York Yankees this season. So who's going to step up? We'll talk about it, and we'll get into it. What's going on, everybody? I hope everybody's having a great Labor Day weekend. I know my weekend has been good. I'm feeling a lot better after that surgery I had last week. I feel much better now. I appreciate all the prayers and support. But now it's back on the grind. And the Yankees are about to face the toughest 2 weeks that they've had all season. And it comes at the craziest time, too, because, you know, going into September, 3 down in the standings, I believe right now. Like these 2 weeks are either going to make or break this team, I believe. Either we're going to finish on top or it's really going to put us so far behind that all we can hope for is a wild card spot at that point. But I think that this team still, I'm going to be honest. I have a good feeling. I feel like it's starting to turn around a little bit for this team. Granted, look, the White Sox, they're nobodies, right? You know, the teams we've been playing, the Washington Nationals, we're supposed to beat these guys. But I've been seeing a lot of good things in the offense. There's still some ugly things that we have to fix. But I believe tomorrow, going into Houston, if we could set the tone right and score early, the team has a great chance of really, you know, going into the Toronto series with a chance to leave that series in first place. That's the goal right now. That is absolutely the goal. Let's take a look at tomorrow's pitching matchup real quick. So tomorrow we got Max Fried going up against Framber Valdez. And we already know he pitches us tough. Let's be honest. Like he's very tough on the Yankees. But I will say this, right? You know, we have a lot of experience against him. I'm talking about our batters do, so I hope they do well. And we matching up against him with our best pitcher in Max Fried. But Framber Valdez, I believe he was the one who he was the starter in that combined no-hitter versus the Yankees. When was it? A few years ago? In 23, was it? I think. The dude's tough, right? Once he starts getting going, he's a ground ball machine. And we got to stay away from that because this team, we've seen this offense go ice cold before. So hopefully we can hit him and hit him good. I'm going to pull up the stats versus this dude real quick. I thought I had it here, but I guess I don't. All right, here we go. All right, these are the Yankee stats versus him. So all of these guys pretty much every position players pretty much faced them before. The best numbers I would say, just looking at this real quickly, is you know, Jose Caballero stands out. And look, this is a lefty pitcher. A left-handed pitcher, so I expect all our lefty killers to be in there. I think Jose Caballero needs to get a start tomorrow, regardless. His batting average is .417 versus this dude in 17 plate appearances, 5 hits, a double, a home run, and only 3 strikeouts. Giancarlo Stanton is another one that hits good off of him. 400 batting average, 6 hits and 15 at-bats, 1 home run. And so there's some decent numbers versus him. Ahmed Rosario, although he's a lefty killer, he does not hit well versus Framber Valdez. Not at all. He's batting, what's that? 9 at-bats, only 1 hit. Struck out damn near half the time. And his batting average is 111. So I'm having trouble seeing this. I got the font is too small. I need to have it zoom in a little more than this. And who we got besides that? Boom, boom, boom. I mean, Cody Bellinger hits him well, 3 hits and 9 at-bats. And then you got Trent Grisham in 3 at-bats, 2 hits versus him. So I expect to see Jose Caballero in there at some point. Volpe has a 250 batting average off of him in 4 at-bats. So look, the most plate appearances, the most experience versus this guy is Jose Caballero, Giancarlo Stanton, Aaron Judge, Ryan McMahon. So expect Caballero and Stanton in there. They got to be in there. They killed this guy historically, so I would expect them to be in there. But let me say what's up to the chat real quick, and then we'll continue with the show. Some roster moves made. September call-ups. If you don't know, the roster goes from 26 to 28, right, in September. Only 2 call-ups. Everybody's hoping for Spencer Jones. I don't think that's going to happen. I could be wrong, but I don't see how they make room for him, especially with Austin Slater coming back. But let me say what's up to the chat real quick. Khadiza, what's up? She says, I've already liked. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much. You want to support the channel any way you can? Look, just you being here and commenting, hit the like button. You supporting the channel. I really, really appreciate it. Let me do something real quick. What's up, Katie? Happy Labor Day to you too, Katie. Here we go. Here we go. Yep. Tulit says, Jason, I'm glad you're good. Appreciate it. I feel so much better. That stent I had in me, I pulled it out last night, and that was an experience, but it's gone. It's out of me. I feel like a new man. I feel so much better. Katie says, hopefully the offense can step up this upcoming series. Yeah, we're going to have to, because the pitching is going to be tough. They're going to be tough. We need the offense to step up. And not only that, we need this team to fire on all cylinders. For once in the 2025 season, can we have the offense going, the pitching going, and the defense going all at one time? Can we have all 3? Is that too much to ask? I don't think so. This team has enough talent to have all 3 going for them. We have not fired on all cylinders this whole season. And that's the one thing that I would say, look, I get it. A lot of people are going to say, well, you're beating up on the bad teams. Let's see you do it versus the good teams. And I get it, right? That makes a lot of sense. But, you know, we just happen to be playing bad teams. We got to beat up on them. But look, the ceiling for this team, right? The ceiling seems a lot higher than, I would say, in my opinion, the ceiling for the Yankees is a lot higher than a lot of teams. I feel like a lot of teams are already peaking. A lot of these teams have already peaked. They've already like reached their not their full potential, but they're up there, right? Where the Yankees, we have not even really hit our stride yet at all. We haven't had everybody going at one time. We haven't had the defense, the pitching, and everything like that going at one time. So I think the Yankee ceiling is pretty high. It's pretty high. I was trying to put up a poll to predict the record over the next 12, but we'll see. So this is the next 12 we're about to go into. 3 versus Houston, starting tomorrow night. 3 versus Toronto. The goal, right? The goal is to go into that Toronto series at the very minimum 3 games behind. That's the farthest we can go out. So at least if we could take all 3, we can come out with a tie for first place. So that's the goal, right? The goal is to make it to the Toronto series with a chance of leaving Toronto in first place, whether it's tied for first place or the sole people in first place. Look, right now, let's see. The Blue Jays lost to the Cincinnati Reds 5-4. So that puts the Yankees, let me see this real quick. That puts the Yankees 2.5 games behind. We're only 2.5 games. Look, we have to get to that series. Hopefully 2 games, maybe even 1 game down. That would be even better. That would definitely be even better. The Cincinnati, look, the Reds, the Blue Jays should beat the Reds, but the Reds are no slouch too. And we saw that earlier this year. They could play a team tough. They have talent on that team. So hopefully they can take hopefully they can win another game or two in the next 2 days versus the Blue Jays. Well, they got 2 more versus the Blue Jays. So hopefully they win a few there, and we get back into first place. Then we face Detroit. They had a freaking roller coaster game versus the Mets today. I believe the Mets came out on top. I didn't watch the end of it, and then Boston after that. So it's gonna be interesting. It is gonna be interesting. Dev, what's up, Dev? We gotta contain Altuve and Correa and Jeremy Pena. They gotta look, and Yordan Alvarez, because he's back and he loves to freaking come up in the clutch. But before we get into that, Ryan Yarbrough and JC Escarra called up, and it makes sense to me, right? Both of these guys called up. Ryan Yarbrough, we need more relievers in the bullpen. We need bullpen help, or even maybe a starter. If he could start, he could do both. He could be a long reliever or he could start. And we do need a backup catcher. We need an extra catcher in there, especially if we're gonna be playing Rice every day, either at catcher or first base. Like the other day, it was a situation where, and me and Jacob Petruzzi were going back and forth on it. I felt like they should have pinch run Austin Wells late in the game there. Then Jacob was right about this too. He was saying, but then if you pinch run him, that leaves you with no backup catcher in case Ben Rice gets hurt or whatever happens. You got to have another catcher just in case. And I was saying at that point, I don't care. It's freaking the 10th inning. Who cares, right? But he was right though, because it's always good to have a backup catcher there. You need somebody. Unfortunately, all our catchers are lefty. But it is what it is. But I don't know. We'll see how long he's up here. I wanted Spencer Jones up here. I really did. I'm almost to the point where I'd even I don't know, man. A lot of people are gonna get mad at me for this. I'd probably even just sit Dominguez and bring up Jones, or send Jones down. Send Dominguez down and bring up Jones. I just want to see the guy up here. I really want to see the dude. Freaking play in the big leagues. A says Rosario was an emergency catcher for the Nationals. Oh yeah, I'll do that, I don't know. I like a JC Escarra. I'm assuming that they just like having 3 catchers, another option in there. That's what I'm assuming. But I think, honestly, man, you got to get Spencer Jones up here. You got to get him up here. And I get it, because I hear the argument people are making is, well, why call him up here if he's not even going to play every day? At least down there, he plays every day. I hear you. I hear that, right? It makes sense. But I bet you if you ask Spencer Jones where he'd rather be in the major leagues playing once a week than in AAA playing every day. I guarantee it, right? Get the guy up here. Get him up here. Let him at least let him break the ice and make his major league debut. And who knows? We could probably use him. I know we can use him. The dude's defense is great. He can run. He can hit. You never know. He could come in and provide a power surge or something, You just never know. I like him at the plate better than JC Escarra, to be honest. Like, what are we doing here? And the thing is too, Austin Slater's, eventually he's gonna come back. So where does that put Spencer Jones in this, right? Where does that put him? Me personally, it's looking like he will not be getting called up. He's not even on the 40 man. He will not be getting called up this year. Which sucks, right? It sucks because he freaking braked this entire season, man. It gets to the point where you're like, dude, what else do I have to do? What more do I have to do to make it to the big leagues? Any other team, he's in the big leagues right now. I would give the kid a chance. I really would. You know what sucks, right? Let's say they just, God forbid, I'm gonna knock on wood first. Let's say they decide they're not gonna bring him in. If anything, he makes his debut next year. What if he comes into spring next year terrible and looks terrible, and it just, he's really bad, right? I'm not saying that's gonna happen. But what if, right? Or what if he gets hurt? God forbid, knock on wood again. And it's like, man, he did everything he could. He deserves to be called up, in my opinion. But that's not how we operate. We know that. I feel like he could provide more to the team than a JC Escara right now, in my opinion. But we'll see. We will see. Just intentionally walk Altuve and we good. Nah, brother. We gotta pitch to these dudes. We have to. Yankees should have jumped on Bueller. Phillies looking dangerous. Yeah, the Phillies they jumped them. I don't know, man. I'm not mad the Yankees didn't jump on that, to be honest. Like, I've never really been a big fan of him. Right? Yesterday he did it. I mean, last year in the World Series he did his thing against us, but before that he was pretty much ass. He's very hittable, in my opinion. I think the Yankees, the rotation is looking like it's gonna be okay, right? That's what I think is gonna happen. I think it's gonna pan out as soon as Luis Gil, which he pitched better yesterday, by the way, a lot better. I think that he's gonna figure once he finds his command. See, right now he's trying to, like, the velocity is not there because he's trying not to overthrow because he needs to throw strikes, obviously. But once he figures that out and he finds his release point, and he can start throwing it as hard, like really hard for strikes, and he's almost there. I feel like he is almost there for sure. I'm trying to pull up his stats yesterday. Let me see if I can pull that up. Yeah, 5 in the third, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 7 strikeouts. I mean, not great, but not bad either. Not bad either. I'll take it. Only 2 walks. That's the big key right there. Big key. Stephen B says, if we can go 500 for the series for the next 12 or better, I'll take it. Easy schedule after this. Not me, brother. We can't just go 500. Nope. Not after we lost not after we lost so many games versus especially Boston and Toronto. We can't just go 500 there. We have to go above 500. I'm not satisfied with 500 because I'm gonna tell you right now, the Chicago White Sox, when they play us, it's their World Series, right? We saw that yesterday with the closer freaking just amped up, hyped up. Baltimore, same thing. Minnesota, same thing. Like, these guys' whole mission in life right now is to throw a monkey wrench in the Yankee season. I promise you, they are gonna be playing so hard. They got nothing to lose, right? First of all, because they're not going anywhere, and there's only 2 more weeks in the season when we start facing Minnesota, Baltimore, and Chicago. Those are the games right there. Those late games where these teams, I'm telling you, they're more than happy to fuck up a team's season. And I promise you, they will be trying to do that for the Yankees. They will be trying to do that, especially with only 2 weeks left. They're going balls to the wall. So we can't go 500. I think we have to leave these next 2 weeks with a winning record. We have to. Whether that's 7-5, 8-4, 9-3, whatever it is, the more the merrier, but it has to be a winning record. And we have to take 2 out of 3 versus Boston and 2 out of 3 versus Toronto. We have to find a way to win series against these guys. If not, we're gonna be in for it if we don't. Walker says there's no point keeping Dominguez up here if we ain't gonna play him. That's what I'm saying. If you ain't gonna play him, really, let's bring up Spencer Jones. Let's see what the guy got. Why not? Why not? Who knows, right? He could come up here. Every level he's been at, right? When he got there, he started raking. He got to AA and killed it there. Then he cooled off, right? And then he raked again. Got to AAA. We saw what he did. He got to AAA and dominated AAA. Maybe he comes up here and goes on a little tear, right? Maybe he gets up here and goes on a little 2-week freaking just killing it until the pitchers figure him out or whatever it is. I don't know. I think they should call him up, though. For real, for real. Wells is hitting better the last 2 weeks. Yeah, man. He has been hitting a little bit better, but I'll tell you what. I wouldn't I wouldn't put all my eggs in that basket. But let's put it that way. Same thing with Volpe. Look, these guys are supposed to hit well versus these guys. We'll see. That's what I said with Wells. Look, great. I'm going to clap it up. You did good the last 2 weeks. All right. You hit 2 home runs versus Tampa Bay. And then you did shit versus Boston. And then you came back and you did well versus the White Sox, right? Even though you had a dumb base running mistake. Let's see you do it versus good pitching and good teams when it really, really matters. That's what I want to see. Same thing with Volpe. Same thing with a lot of these dudes. Let's see you do it versus these better teams and better pitching. So I'm not giving out freaking trophies, man, for hitting bad pitching. Like, we got to do better than that. We got to. Susan says she has a feeling Dominguez will be traded in the offseason. I could see it happening. I really could. I think the reason they held on to him to see what was going to happen with Grisham and Cody Bellinger, right? Because if those guys both walk, then we're looking at a situation where the outfield is going to be a lot different and Dominguez might be in play there. But if they sign either one of them guys, and Spencer Jones does make it up to the majors next year, which he should, right? He definitely should. Then where does that put Dominguez, right? You're right. He's the odd person out. A says, this is a problem we always have. We can't contend and develop at the same time. I mean, nah. This is the Yankees' problem, right? But it's something that other teams do all the time. All the other teams contend and develop at the same time. The Brewers are usually always contenders. The Astros are always contenders, and they're developing just fine. So it's a Yankees issue. You're right that we can't do both for some reason. Yankees had a chance to bring up Jones when Judge got hurt, and they didn't. Yeah, Jones is a better option if we want to contend and develop. You're right. I think. Look, you gotta just get him up here. That way he can get a taste of the big league, see how the pitching is, figure it out, and then go into the offseason, right? Maybe he doesn't make the playoff roster or whatever, but at least he goes into offseason. He knows, okay, this is what I got to work on if I'm gonna be a big league hitter. I'd rather them do that. The other way, it doesn't work, right? The way with Volpe, bringing him into spring training and then naming him the starting shortstop, or in Jones' case, the starting center fielder or right fielder, left fielder, whatever it is, and then having him start and try to figure it out there. Just let him break the ice now. That's what I want them to do. Bring him in, even if it's only for a few days, 1 week, right? The last 2 weeks or now, whatever, just let him break the ice and get that out the way. Get those jitters out the way so he knows he's a big league player. Because as of right now, he is not a Major League Baseball player. He's never made it to the big leagues. That's his goal. Let him accomplish his dream, even if it's for one damn at bat. Let him get that out the way, right? So he can freaking move on and start his career, pretty much. Khadija says, I think Ascar will soon be in the AAA again because according to Yes Network, Slater might come back when the Yankees, yeah, that's what I was saying, that Slater will come back. He's rehabbing right now. He's going to come back. And yeah, JC might be the odd man out or somebody else. Who knows, right? But most likely it's JC. What's up, bro, Bill? Jones is prone to back spasms. What are the Yankees waiting for? I don't know. Well, let me take a look. I'm gonna pull up let me see the pitching matchup for Wednesday. Let me pull up Jones' stats. Wednesday we got Will Warren versus Jason Alexander. And let's see if Thursday's matchup is pulled. And then Rodon versus Christian Javier. That's a tough matchup too right there. We'll see. We gotta start taking these series though. We definitely look. This is This could like this could end really bad. These 2 weeks could be really, really bad. That's why I don't want to go just 500. Like, we have to go better than 500. We have to, from here on out, we have to be a winning ball club. No 500, especially versus good teams. If we expect to do something in the playoffs, we got to show that we can beat these guys. So a 500 record is not sufficient after they've dominated us all season. We need to make a statement now. And that statement will boost this team's confidence and elevate this team to the level that they need to get to going into October. They need to find a way to get to that level because it's a different animal. October's a very different animal. Definitely is. I'm looking at the Blue Jays schedule. The Blue Jays schedule is not the Yankees schedule to end September is easier, obviously. But the Blue Jays is not like it's the toughest either. They're facing a lot of Blue Jays, Boston, Tampa Bay. I mean, not Blue Jays, Baltimore, Boston, Tampa Bay. Along with Houston after the Yankees. So we'll see how they fare with that. Let me see. I'm looking at the 40-man. No changes today. A lot of talking heads are annoyed that the Mets didn't grab Buehler. Look, he's I don't know, man. I guess if you're a team like the Mets, maybe they really do need some more starters. I know they brought up that kid, what's his name? Tong. He looks good and stuff, but at the same time, he's a rookie. I guess you take a chance maybe on Walker Buehler, but to me personally, I'm not a big fan of him. I'm really not. I don't think he's all that. That's just me. Especially this year. The playoffs start now. I'm hyped. Yeah, man, it does, but it doesn't, right? Because the playoffs, at least, it does, but it doesn't. This is gonna determine though where we stand. The Yankees have a good chance. Look, we're only 2.5 behind the Blue Jays right now. 2.5. A week ago, we were freaking like 6.5 games out, or something crazy like that. The Yankees, we gotta capitalize. We gotta start beating up on the good teams, right? We did it to the bad teams. I get it. But now we got to show them that we could do it to the good teams. Because let me tell you, right? If the Yankees were to go these next 12 games, let's say we go 8-4, right? 8-4 and win every series. 2 out of 3 versus Houston, 2 out of 3 versus Toronto, 2 out of 3 versus Detroit, 2 out of 3 versus Boston. Now, granted, that's a tall task to ask for, right? But if the Yankees could do that, you're making a statement right there. There's no way. If we could go 2 out of 3 in every series, or each 4 of those series, I promise you, we coming out of there in first place. We coming out of those 2 weeks in first place if the Yankees could do that. And it's making a statement. That's really putting the league on notice. The American League specifically. If you could win 2 out of 3 for the next 4, that's putting the whole American League on notice, saying the Yankees are back. Like, now we're in playoff mode. It's a different mode, right? It's a different mode when you're in playoff mode, and we've seen it before. Look, it's yet to be seen with the Yankees, right? Because they could go in here and just really, instead of 8-4, go 4-8, and we're like, whoa, we're having a whole different conversation. But if they go 8-4, man, then we've seen teams before just catch fire in September, and that heat just carries with them into October, and they make a decent run. I'm hoping that's the case with this team. I really am. And it's gonna take a lot of strategic stuff, man. We can't have Boone messing around. We can't have Devin Williams in high leverage situations when he doesn't need to be. Like, I get it. Sometimes Devin Williams, you have no choice. You got to go to him, right? And any other guy in there, Mark Leiter, sometimes you have no choice to go to them. But a lot of the times they bring these guys in these high leverage situations when they do have options. Why are we doing that? You know, I feel like a lot of times they're thinking about tomorrow's game too much instead of just focusing on today's, like, one day at a time, right? One game at a time. Play every game like it's the last game and worry about tomorrow's game tomorrow. And I promise you they'll have a lot more wins than they got right now. Real Bill says those are the teams that will come and hell will come with them. Are you talking about those bottom feeders? Right now, the Yankees, we're bottom feeder, right? You know, it's a bottom feeder like fish, like a catfish or something. We're a bottom feeder. We're just sucking off the scrapes and the stuff that's on the bottom. We beating up on the Minnesota Twins and the Chicago White Sox and all that. But it's time to come up here and be a shark. It's time to come up to the top and start getting these big fish. You got to start getting these big fish. Khadija says, I think that at this point we might trade Dominguez. Yeah, they might. They might. That's why I said I think they're gonna wait to see what happens in the offseason. Stephen B says, I don't think Wells has been playing good. I think he's dealing with nerve damage, and now he seems to playing like the start of the season. Man, look, Stephen B, I am not giving nobody no freaking cop-outs. If you hurt, get off the field. Right? You're hurting the team. If you hurt and you sucking, you just hurting the team. I don't like why we do that, man. Why we give these dudes all a cop out? He's playing with this, he's playing with that. Bro, he is not that good. Judge is the only person, right? Maybe Cody, Bellinger, Stanton, that they could play hurt and still help the team. Austin Wells ain't one of those dudes. If he's hurt, you get his ass on the IL and you call up JC Ascara. Because you're gonna get the same thing from both of them. Almost. It's not a big difference, right? I don't think that's the case. I don't think he's playing with nerve damage and all that. I don't think so. Everybody's hurt. It's September. These dudes just played 5 months of baseball. More than that, if you count the spring training. Everybody, I bet you if you ask everybody in that locker room, they would tell you something hurts on their body. They're all hurt, bro. Nobody's 100% there. So I'm not buying that, man. I'm sorry. I don't like, and I don't mean to get like that, but I get upset because then it's like you're giving people an excuse to underperform. And that's what the Yankees do. They gaslight us like that. They always do that. Watch, I'm telling you, with Volpe, right? I wouldn't be surprised, right? If he continues to play bad and everything. Granted, he had a couple days that he's played better. That in the offseason, it comes out and they say, yeah, you know what? When he hurt his shoulder that day, he was nursing a shoulder injury the whole season. And then everybody's like, oh, that makes sense. That's why he was playing bad. No, bro. If you hurting a shoulder injury and it's making you perform terribly, then you shouldn't be on the roster, period. You need to be on the IL. Even Judge, and that applies to Judge in a way, right? But Judge is a different animal because he's such an impact player. Stanton, another one, such an impact player. Cody Bellinger, such an impact player. These other guys, these Wells and Volpes and all these other guys, they're not. If they're hurting the team more than doing them good, then they need to go. And he says, Dominguez Jones is giving me Peraza Volpe vibes. Remember, Peraza had a year head start. Didn't overly impress and lost his job to Volpe the next year. Could be history repeating itself. Man, I think Dominguez is already way better than both of them dudes, to be honest. And Jones, we haven't seen. I'll make that decision when Jones makes it to the big leagues. If Jones makes it to the big leagues and he sucks, then we have a different conversation. But as of right now, man, you know, sky's the limit for him. The trade deadline's up. It's not like they're gonna trade him. Right? We're coming up to the end of what. Just bring him up. Just bring him up. Bring him up. Let's see what he got. I don't think they will though. For some reason. Spencer Jones could be Shane Spencer. You know what's crazy? That when Spencer Jones first started getting a lot of hype and stuff, every time I'll bring him, I'll always say freaking Shane Spencer for some reason. Shane Spencer was I'm not gonna say he was a beast, but he was a good Yankee. He was a good Yankee. Peraza's owning the Astros lately. Peraza? Well, he ain't here, so it don't matter.
You the real MVP.
Appreciate it, Ace. Ace with the dono says, everybody hit that like and subscribe to my guy, Jason. Yes, I appreciate that. I haven't even looked at the like. I haven't even looked at the likes. Right now, it don't even matter. It don't even matter. But you know what? I'm going to get into the trivia real quick. The kidney stones are good, real Bill. They're out of me. I've already went through the surgery. They went in me, broke up all the stones. Yesterday, I pulled out the stent myself. So I feel like a new man. It's still a little bit of pain, but I feel 100 times better. I'm back, baby. I am officially back. Officially. But you know what? I'm gonna pull up a trivia. Let me see. You know what? We'll do let me grab one of these. We'll give away one of these 3D printed Yankee chains right here to the winner. So it's 5 questions. I'll start with the first one now. I hope this works. I've been making a lot of updates. Some stuff that I haven't shown you yet that I'm still working on. But let's get this trivia going. And all right, we'll get the first one. Remember, A, B, C, or D in the chat. A, B, C, or D. Yeah, you could play Stephen B. Well, you already won, though, so if you want, you could play. I'll just send you a different one. I'm going to probably make a different one. Which team has the most 100-win seasons in MLB? Bro, this ain't the right one. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Wait a minute. Something ain't right here. These are not the questions I had prepared. What the hell? Hold on, guys. Those are not the questions that were supposed to be. Strange. Let me see. I'm going to reset it, guys. So that one didn't count. My bad, real Bill. It's rigged. I get one right and he changes the game. No, is that's not the right question. Those are questions I already gave out before. The thing is, I just updated this whole thing with more stuff that you haven't even seen yet. It's not ready, but hold on a second. You know, let me try something real quick. Thing is, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what it does. Yeah, it shouldn't be doing that though. Reset scores. Reset game. All right, let's start. Nah, it's not working for some reason. What the? This thing ain't working. Hold on. Give me a second, guys. I gotta figure out this. These questions are old. I don't know why it's doing this, and I updated it too. It's still giving me old questions. So let me play this real quick, and I'll be right back.
Bullpen meatballs. Serving them up all 2025 season.
You better like the video, and while you're at it, subscribe to my friend Jason's channel.
The reason your butt has been hurting is because you have YDS, Yankees Derangement Syndrome.
Hey y'all, don't forget, channel members can bring up live player stats.
All right. Yeah, I'm not sure why this thing is giving me old questions. I shouldn't even do that. It's weird. Very, very weird. I don't know. We'll see. I gotta try to figure this out, and then we'll come back. Slow burner, Canadian. I'm assuming you're a Blue Jays fan. Yep, the Jays are coming to Yankee Stadium to sweep. If you guys sweep us at home, I'm gonna lose my mind. I don't think so though. I think it's gonna be a fight. Let me tell you something, slow burner. Look, I'm gonna put you guys a week ago. Look, this is today, right? That's today. I'm gonna go just 1 week ago. Where's it at? The 23rd. Just a week ago, we were 6.5 games behind y'all, and now we're 2.5. It's right there. It is right there. So don't get too cocky. Don't get too cocky. And that's what I tell people all the time. I tell Andrew, tell Dodgers fans that. I'm telling you Blue Jays fans that. Be humble, bro. Be humble. Be humble. Because shit could get sideways. And I tell you what, look, I'm going to be here, right? Slow burner, I'll be here. I promise you, I'll be here. If we get swept, I'll be here. If we get swept. But if we don't get swept and we catch y'all and we take first place or even tie first place, I need you to come back. Deal? You come back. No, I didn't put the wrong standings up. What you talking about? Bill, I was telling him this is September 1st. This is September 1st, and this is a week ago. This was a week ago, August 23rd. So in 1 week, in 8 days, we've gained 4 games in the standings, which is a lot. Which is a lot. I got you, Real Bill, man. You guys be doubting me, bro. Why are you doubting me, man? Don't doubt me, dude. I'm doing a lot. Behind the scenes, you have no idea how much it takes to even create something like this that I have here. It's a lot, bro. Trust me. A whole lot. And that's why it's one of a kind. It truly is. But let's pull up, you know what we're going to pull up? So I'm going to pull up some of these Blue Jays, Guerrero. I hope I spelled that right. Let me see Vladdy's numbers. Damn, I don't think I spelled that right. Guerrero Jr. Bro. Nothing is working. All right. All right. So he said, I know how much work. That's why I support you. Appreciate it, man. Now it's not. Hold on. I got to turn it back on. I did something. I was trying to fix the damn trivia. And now it's everything's freaking messing up. Let me see. All right. Something ain't right here. This thing is bugged the hell out. There we go. All right. Vlad Guerrero Jr. I think we're spelling it wrong. Let me try. One more time. Oh no, it's pulling up his. I pulled up his dad. I think the junior is making it. It's confusing it right there. All right. I'm trying to pull up his last 15 though. There we go. I hate having names like that because you gotta. The thing is, the spelling has to be almost perfect most of the time. Yeah. Real Bill says you're busy rigging the trivia. We don't trust you. Oh man, you ain't gotta trust me, man. I'll tell you this much, man. My word is bond, bro. If I tell you something, if I break my word, is a good reason, and I'll let you know. But that's how I've always been. If I give you my word on something, then you can put that you can bring that to the bank. So slow burner, your asses are right there in front of us. Don't go migrating north of the border, hiding. I'm telling you, man, they be humble because we're right there. Be very humble, very humble. Now it could go sour for us, man. I'm not gonna lie. You could, like by the time these 2 weeks is over, or by the time we even make it to this Toronto series, we could be back 5 games behind you guys, you know, and that'll be even worse. But I think that that's not gonna be the case. I think that we your bullpen has shown to be weak, right? Ours is not the greatest either, but that's your kryptonite right there. So we'll see. Vlad hasn't been good, but he will get on track. Bo is on fire. Springer's hitting like Kirk. Kirk is on, the freaking all Yankee killers. How you spell Bo Bichette? Like that? Put Bo Bichette last 15. So Bo Bichette, his last 15 games, batting .450. Damn. He was in line. He is on fire. Yep. You was right. You was right. And if you're wondering what we're doing here, if there's certain commands, like if you want to put a, I don't know, Schmeagle face on me, you can do it. If you want to throw smoke grenades, you can throw smoke grenades. If you look in the description, there's a ton of commands there. Exclamation point, the player's name, brings up their stats. And if you put L15 or last something, you can pull up all kinds of, all stats. And I'm even working on a way to put like a player versus a pitcher. That's what I've been working on all day. But I haven't figured it out yet. But it's getting there. We getting there. Like for instance, I'm gonna put this. Should work hopefully. Oh, those ain't working. Oh, there we go. It's been a little slow. What you doing, Roxy? But yeah, see, man, I lost my train of thought. Back to the Yankees, right? I'm trying to figure this damn trivia thing out. I'm sorry, guys, man. I owe y'all one. This trivia thing is not working. It's not giving me. I have new questions, and it's still pulling up the old questions for some reason, which makes no freaking sense. Absolutely no sense. Let me try this real quick. Here's the trivia. All right, let's try one thing. Nope. See, same thing. No. Yeah, I'm not gonna do it. I gotta figure out why he's doing that first before anything. This is strange, man. What the hell? See, now this is gonna drive me crazy, and I'm gonna be up all night trying to figure that out. Bill says, I'll send you some cash. Hey, if you could just make me one. Nah, man, you ain't gotta pay me for this, man. I'll get you one, Real Bill. I was thinking about you. I'm gonna get the color. I'll make you a Bills one. I gotta find it though, the 3D print file. Elmer Rodriguez Cruz. This dude put Vladimir Putin last 15. Oh man, you're stupid, man. You are dumb. But yeah, it's gonna look. It's crazy that after all this team has been through, right? Especially the last few months, Just this team has been in the toilet. That we could still be 2.5 games out of first place. Absolutely incredible. Granted, the American League is not the greatest. It's not the best league right now, right? National League is way better. But considering that we've lost so many games to Boston, so many games to whatchamacallit, to Toronto, to still be 2.5 back is very fortunate, man. The Yankees are very fortunate to really still have a chance at this. They still have a chance at it. Now, if they blow it, that's on them. That is on them. Let's put the home run stats up. Okay. We'll make this bigger. We'll put it right there. We'll leave that right there. The Toronto Bills, pretty much. Yeah, slow burner. You know what's funny? I tell Real Bill that all the time. I'm like, man, that's not even New York no more. The Buffalo that might as well be the Canadian Bills. That's how far up there they are. That's how far from New York City it is. They might as well be the Canadian Bills. That's funny you brought that up. I just said that the other day. That would be awesome. Yep. I got you, man. Alejandro Kirk, that little damn freaking Oompa Loompa. Can't stand him. I can't stand Alejandro Kirk. But it's 20. Look, we got 16 likes in here. Make sure y'all like the video if you haven't already. I really appreciate it. And I apologize too. I really wanted to do the trivia, but I should have tested it, because it's the thing when you especially with coding, sometimes like I'm trying to add features, but in the process, I'm breaking other things sometimes. So I have to make sure that everything is good, right? I've kind of rolled this version out without really testing it, and I'm starting to find a lot of bugs in it. I got to fix that tonight. Andrew, was good, my boy? Let me put this background music, though. Little BG for the people. I can't even hear that thing. Y'all hear the background music? Let me know. Andrew says, yo, what's up, Jason? Well, these next 2 weeks will determine if the Yankees are contenders for October or not. We're going to find out. Kirk is deceptively fast for a human fire hydrant. He is 5 feet tall and 5 feet wide. I'm 6 feet tall and 6 feet wide. I noticed you changed your avatar there. Let me see something real quick. All right. Yasin, what do you want to see the Yankees do in the 12-game stretch against teams with 500 winning record? Man, you must have just joined us, Yasin, because every time you come with a question, it's like I feel like I just talked about that for 30 minutes. Well, I'll tell you what, Stephen B wants the Yankees to go 500. He said if the Yankees go 6-6 over these next 12 games, he will be happy. And I disagree. I want to see 2 out of 3 out of every series. And that would put us at 8-4, right? Obviously, that is really, really wishful thinking, right? But if they can do that, again, I said this earlier, if the Yankees can go 8-12 over the next, 8-4 over the next 12 games, taking two out of 3 in each of these series, winning all 4 series, that's a statement right there. You put in the whole league, the whole American League on notice that the Yankees are back. And this is their freaking league, and they coming for it. Now, if they go out there and shit the bed and go 6-6, 4, if they struggle, if they show any kind of sign that they just limping, any kind of sign of weakness, then we got some issues. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to pull this back up. I'm going to tell you right now, Minnesota, Baltimore, and the White Sox, I promise you, they're trying to mess up our season. If we go in there a game or two, like if we go these last 2 weeks, barely in a playoff spot, I promise you that they will be playing extra hard just to make sure we don't make it to the playoffs. That'll be their World Series right there for them. So we got to do better. Yeah, Yassine says 8-4. I agree. 8-4. 8-4. I appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Kirk stole his first base last week. Man, look, Alejandro Kirk. That's a dude right there. I swear, dude. If I ran into that guy in the street 100 times, right? Every single time, I would not think he's a Major League Baseball player. I would just walk right past him like nothing ever happened. But he's a freaking beast, man. That dude is a beast, and he's a Yankee killer. A known Yankee killer, too. I was feeling that folks were doubting my loyalty to the pinstripes. Oh, that's why you changed it? That's funny. I don't trust Boone and Volpe in this 12-game stretch. I don't even know why. To be honest, I don't know why Volpe is starting shortstop right now. I have no idea. But we'll see, right? Because everybody's like, well, he's been playing better, and Wells has been playing better. All right, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see versus some decent pitching and some good teams. We'll see. We'll see. In these close games when you have to win, we'll see how the defense pulls. Come on, Roxy. We'll see what they do. My dog is there bothering me. Let's see if you can see her. Oh, no, you can't see. What in the world? Susan, what's up? She says the Yankees have to put their big boy pants on and hit like their life depends on it. They got to hit like it depends on it, pitch like it depends on it, and feel the damn ball. My goodness. Can we do all three at once? Right? Can we have all three? It's a minimum 500 at the very least. Or more. Yeah, man, but that Stephen B, that's pretty obvious, right? 500 is at the very least. But even 500, look, if we walk out of those 12 games 6-6, it don't look good for the Yankees. At that point, the division is pretty much over, unless the Blue Jays just really, really fall off. You leave out of there 6-6. That's not good. That means you lost a bunch of those series. Yeah, it's not good. Who will win in the foot race, Kirk or Stanton? Shoot, I don't know, but I got my money on Stanton. I don't bet against Stanton, dude. He'll surprise you. What they say, he can't play right field. He can't play the outfield. Now, don't get me wrong. He's not the greatest, man, but he's not bad out there. I just hope he don't get hurt out there. That's the only thing, but people made it seem like this dude's literally a freaking statue. Like he has no legs, but for real, like he's on a wheelchair. I'm like, bro, he's not that bad out there. Like, he's not the greatest, but he ain't that bad. We'll see. I don't think it's so. Yeah, more not less. It has to be. Even if they win 500, if they win 6-6. I'm telling you right now, I'd be mad. You just showed the world and for their confidence too, because these are like those four teams. These are the teams we're gonna face in the playoffs, right? If we make it, which most likely we will. Houston, Toronto, Detroit, Boston. Those are our competition. That's the teams that we are gonna face, and if we can't show that we can beat them in the regular season, in regular season games, then at least for the confidence of this team, for the confidence of our team, right, of the Yankees, we gotta get some of these series. We gotta show that we can beat these guys. I'm telling you, because if we can win each one of those series and put a beating on some of these teams and win some close games, I'm telling you, it's gonna be a huge morale and confidence booster for this team. A huge confidence boost for this team. Because deep down right now, I don't think they really feel like they can compete with these guys after getting spanked by Boston just last week. After getting, just straight steamrolled by Toronto 4-game sweep, right? To drop out of first place. Just like we've been getting crushed by these teams, embarrassed by these teams. We have to make a statement. We have to. At least for me, for my sanity, the Yankees need to make a statement. If not, I'm just gonna be like, well, I tell you what, it don't look good. If they don't make a statement these next 12 games, then I'm gonna say, man, they probably, at that point it's probably over. We probably make it to the wild card and get bounced. Division series if we're lucky, and get bounced. I mean, realistically. The Dodgers got Andrew Heaney. Man, my sights are set on my team, brother. MLB extend the suspensions in Cleveland. They are finished. You talking about a Class A, these guys? Do you see the Yankees calling up Spencer Jones? Yeah, I see him, brother. You're going to have to rewind. Man, we just talked about that. I hope they do. They should. He deserves it. He's done everything he can do to prove it. If he was on 29 other teams, right? If he was on any one of the 29 other teams, he'd be in the major leagues. It don't look like they are. He's not on the 40-man, first of all, even though they could make that happen. That's a quick move. But they're calling up Yarbrough and freaking JC Escara. And you got Austin Slater right behind him. So even then, somebody's going to have to move for him to come up. I think they should, though. They should. I would even, me personally, and people are going to get mad. So take a deep breath. Right? Even if it means sending down Dominguez for a little bit to bring up Spencer Jones. Just to bring him up. So he could break the ice and face some major league pitch, just to see what he can do. Now, if he goes up there and you play him for a few games and he's 0 for 20, in 3-4 games, whatever, then you send him back down. Right? And you call up Dominguez. But I think that we got to see what he got. We got to see what he's got, because he can be a tool for this team. He could be a asset going into the playoffs. We're talking about Spencer Jones here. He could be a boost. Sometimes you need that. This is the top prospect, a highly touted dude who just raked and destroyed AAA in his first 2 weeks up there. Or rather down there. Give the guy a shot. My goodness, please. Can you give the guy a shot? He's done all. He's proved he's done everything you could do in the minors. There is no reason to leave him down there. People are saying, well, you leave him down there so he could play every day. I'm like, dude, at this point, he's done everything you can do in the minor leagues. Like, there's nothing left for him to do down there. It's time to get called up. But the Yankees won't do it, man, for some reason. Now, Fair Stand is good in right field. He can't run. Let's call it what it is. No, he can't. But he's not bad, though. That's what I'm saying. He's not the greatest, but he's serviceable. Shit, I think he might be better than Juan Soto out there. He's not terrible. All right, so let me make this very clear. Giancarlo Stanton is not terrible in the outfield. And that's good, right? That's okay with me. I don't need him. Obviously, he's not going to be a platinum glover or even a gold glover or even a silver glove out there. But he can field the position. He's not terrible, right? His bat makes up for a lot of that. So he's good. I'll put him out there if I have to all day. I'd rather just keep him out there than have risk Judge getting hurt, Gossman, Bassett, and Scherzer will take your Yankees out of the playoff picture. We'll see, man, because last time we faced Max Scherzer, I'm pretty sure we smacked them around. Sounds like a lot of old, retired, freaking senior citizens right there. All three of those dudes. Scherzer is hittable. Yep. Definitely, I say. Yarbrough is the key to this achievement. He is the main COG, cog in this finely tuned machine. I don't agree with that, but he's a key. He's important, especially for the bullpen, because that's where he's going. But I don't think he's the main piece. The problem is, where is Spencer Jones going to play in the outfield? The same way they platoon in Dominguez out there. You platoon him out there. Same way. Same way. Now, I'm not a Patriots fan, NFE. What's up, NFE? I'm a Giants fan. It's funny because a coworker of mine got this for me as a joke. For like, we had like a Secret Santa thing. And she knew I was a Giants fan. And she got me this because she was a Patriots fan. It's funny, though. But it's cool, though. I like it, though. Not bad. Can Jones play center field? Yeah, he's a center fielder. That's his position. He is a center fielder. So, yeah, I think I hope the Yankees call him up. But if they don't, would I be surprised? No, I wouldn't. Because, I don't know. It's the Yankees. It's the Yankees. They see it as... The Yankees see it as, why waste an option? And I get it. You know, I get what you're seeing the same. Where you play him. You play him in Dominguez's spot. Dominguez ain't playing much either. Right? I'll give those starts to Spencer Jones. Just a few, man. Even if you call him up here for 1 week, let him break the ice. You never know. What if he freaking comes out and has a jolt of freaking offense out of him or something? Who knows, right? Or you just leave him down there in AAA and who cares, right? Leave him in AAA and hope that he's just as good next year, right? God forbid. You never know what happens. He could get hurt, something. I said let him call up. At least let him break the ice. Let him make his major league debut. Let him make his major league debut. Even if you send him back down, he got that out the way, right? He lived his dream of playing in the big leagues. At least, at the very minimum, he deserves that this year. With the freaking season he's had down there, he definitely deserves that. Because like I said, and I keep saying, if he was on any other team, not the Yankees, he'd be in the big leagues right now. I was going to say something wrong. Nah, man. I'm not. But I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that. I can understand why people are Patriots fans. You know, a lot of those Patriots fans, they turned into Buccaneers fans, and now they just floating. Because most of them are just Tom Brady fans, to be honest. Dominguez doesn't have the IQ for center at the show. Jones does. We'll see, man. I don't think it's not even the IQ. Me personally, I don't think that Dominguez is a good fielder. He's not a good outfielder. There, I said it. You know, people are gonna give it. And I already know what you're gonna say. But he's only 22 years old, and he's a natural center fielder. He's not a left fielder. Look, if you can't play left field, most likely you can't play center. Not as bad as he's looked in left field, right? You can't play center. Now, I get it. He's 22 years old. He can get better. Maybe he'll get better. But right now, he's definitely a liability out there. Look, Jose Caballero, who's a freaking middle infielder, they had him in left field. He looked bad too. But he looked better than this dude, man. But even that guy, the fact that they're putting him in left field is crazy to me. Because you can tell that he's not good out there. They need to stop doing that. Stop putting these dudes out of position. Let me figure out. Yeah, and if he's not on the fight, we've been saying that for a minute now, man. He's not on the 40 man, but he can be easily on the 40 man. That's a quick move. There's a lot of people on that 40 man that don't need to be on the 40 man. That they're just on it because they're trying to protect them. And I'll pull it up right now. There's a lot of people on this 40 man that don't need to be on this 40 man. All right. Well, these guys who on the 60-day IL, they can go. They're not coming back. Yeri De La Santa, Scott Efro. Man, you could take Ian Hamilton. I get a lot of these guys don't need to be here. There's room. They can make room for him on the 40 man. Braden Shoemake. Yorbit Vivas. He can come off. The thing is that if they take him off now, they I don't know. I'm not really 100% sure how that Rule 5 stuff and all that works, but there's a reason why they don't want to. But they can. They can. His Uncle Brad gave him a Boston Red Sox hat for Christmas. It's funny, man. It was funny. It was a good gift. Good gift. Jackson Dart. I think Jackson Dart is gonna be it's good for him to just sit and learn and watch from Russell. I don't think the Giants are gonna go anywhere this year, but I think for next year he definitely should be the guy. And maybe even he's gonna get starts this year, especially towards the second half. If the Giants ain't really doing much, they're gonna start bringing him in there. And if he says leave him in AAA where he's going to get more playing time, I don't want him riding the bench. If called up, don't waste his at-bats. Why not? Literally, and if you tell me why not, bro? Why not? He's done everything he can do in AAA. You think he's going to get better down there or get better up here playing twice a week, 3 times a week? And I bet you if you ask Spencer Jones right now, would he rather be in AAA and play every day or come to the big leagues and play twice a week or once a week? He's going to tell you the big leagues, man. He's done everything he could do in the minors. You feel what I'm saying? He's done everything he could do in the minors. There is nothing more he can do down there. It's time to call him up. Even if it's just a playing for 2 weeks up here. I send Dominguez down and bring him up. Real talk. Somebody make room for him. At the very minimum, he should be on the 40 man. But they're not gonna do it. They're not gonna do it. You know what would be a shame in the feed? You know what would be a crying freaking shame if this dude was to do all that, right? Next year, come into spring training and get hurt. And now he can't let him make his major league debut. Let this young guy make his major league debut. I don't know if you guys watch Clint Frazier's podcast, but watch his podcast. A lot of times he talks about like these guys in the minors and stuff and how it is being a prospect in the Yankees organization where you never get a chance, right? A lot of them want to get traded. A lot of them actually are happy to get traded because they were never going to make the big leagues without it. Look at Chaparro. He's playing every day, almost every day. He's playing with the Nats, right? Clayton Beater, he's in the big leagues with the Nats. Augustin Ramirez, Narvaez, Caleb Durbin. The list goes on and on and on. All these guys are in the big leagues because they're not on the Yankees. If Spencer Jones was on another team, he'd be in the big leagues. Get this man up here. He's earned it. Even if it's for one day, make his major league debut and send him back down. He deserves it. He deserves it. You just saw Dominguez. The fans gonna come after you. You're just the savior of the team. I don't care I don't give, man. Look, I'm a fan of Dominguez too. I am, but look, he's not playing much anyway. I'm just saying, let Spencer Jones come up here, and maybe that'll put some fire in Dominguez. Sometimes the best thing to get you going. Sometimes the thing that gets you going is when you're looking at your replacement right there. When they bring your replacement right next to you, and it's like, oh shit, I got to start playing better now. Because this guy's right here. My replacement is right there. And that's what it is. I want to see the guy up here. Now look, he might come up here and strike out 20 times. Who cares? But let him make his major league debut. At least that's one, one freaking achievement in his road to the show, right? Like we playing freaking MLB The Show. Let him get up here. My friend gave me a Mets hat and I threw it at him. Man, that's funny. Since Brady is gone, many fans affected. Let us not forget Eli beat Brady twice. Yeah, definitely. Did you see the Marlins reliever come into the game slapping himself in the face? Yeah, what's the guy's name? I forgot his name. Yeah, he's hey man, to each his own, right? Soon they're gonna smell. You're gonna see pictures coming out freaking with smelling salts and all kinds of shit. They already banned it in the NFL, the smelling salts. Jacob says, Jason, my brother didn't know you were alive. Yeah, man. I'm not the algorithm doesn't like me that much anymore. They don't like me. Sometimes I get thousands of views. Lately I've been getting 200 views. But it's all good though. I'm still here. I'm still here. Yeah, actually I stayed with the family and it was medium rare. Let me see if I got this still. Oh, I don't have it no more. Jason is staggering around assaulting outfielders. I'm thinking he's sleepwalking. No, bro. You know what it is, real Bill, man. Look, man. I'm a be unapologetically me, or however you say it. I'm just like, I'll be honest, and I've been saying it for a minute, and that's the thing, right? And look, I don't want to pat myself on the back, but I've been saying this for quite some time. That he is not good out there. He's not a good defender. He's just not. I'm talking about Jason Dominguez. He's not. And then everybody started catching on like, oh shit, this dude really does look awkward out there. And at first, in the beginning of the season, I was like, you know what? But he has a lot of time to learn. But as we started losing a lot, right? And then and I remember the specific series, that Toronto series, that 4-game series where we lost first place to them. There was a few plays that he misplayed. I guess the turf was too much for him. That I said right there and then, I said, this guy cannot. We have to rethink this because he's a huge liability out there. And go back to those videos and you'll see it. I said it. He's a huge liability. Now's not the time to be the player development and all that stuff. That time has passed, right? Player development time has passed. Now it's time to win. So you put your best guys out there. Spencer Jones can't learn anything in AAA and AA. Dominguez could benefit from being sent down and earn basic fielding and slug. My thing is, man, you call up Spencer Jones and you give him the shot. And if it don't work up, you send him down. It ain't gonna hurt nobody. You know? Really, it really ain't. It really ain't. You come up here and give him a start or two. See what he got. You never know. Now, if he comes and strikes out 8 times, you send him back down. If he comes up here and goes 2 for 4 and shows something, and it's like, okay, you know, maybe let's keep this guy up. Let's see if he could give this team some freaking life. Sometimes that's all it takes is to bring up. All the other teams do it all the time. They call up their prospects. Look at when they called up Eli De La Cruz. When was it? 2 years ago to Cincinnati. When they called him up to the show. A lot of look at Boston. They called all these guys up and look how they got rocking and rolling. Sometimes it takes the youth to come in here and start rocking and start and get this team going. Now, if they come up here and they suck, that's a different story. You get rid of them. You send them back down, you know. But you should give him a chance, man. Give him a chance. Narvaez was lingering in the minors. We could use him now. Yeah, and look at what he's doing. That Just for Men is on sale at Walgreens. I don't know what the hell you talking about, bro. I don't know what you're talking about. Let me see something real quick. All right. Yeah, it's gonna be very, very, very freaking interesting what the Yankees do. There's the big test. The pressure cooker. The Yankees in a pressure cooker right now. and they better come through. The good thing is, right, Judge looks like he's finally getting hot. Stan, we know what he's been doing. The pitching looks like it's coming around. Cam Schlittler's been looking real good. Volpe looks like he's coming around, and Wells too. But with those guys, we'll see. Look, even with Judge, with all these guys, we'll see. We'll see how they perform versus, especially the Astros, especially Framber Valdez, who freaking owns us. It seems like if we can freaking come out there and do something, man. I expect the Yankees. The keys, man, for tomorrow's score some runs early. Let's get Max Fried some breathing room. Max Fried has looked good his last few starts. He has looked good, so that's a good thing. You know what? I'm gonna look up the Astros stats versus Max Fried. Let's look that up. All right. Okay. This is the Astro stats versus Max Fried. I guess Jesus Sanchez. I don't even know who that is. Christian Walker is doing pretty good against them. Jose Altuve freaking has some good numbers versus him. Yordan Alvarez. So they're very familiar with Max Fried too. Very, very familiar. So we'll see. But we need that first one, man. We gotta get that first game at least. You know, that's why yesterday's game with the Yankees losing like that late, it sucked, right? That yesterday's game versus the White Sox, it sucked because Giancarlo Stanton got robbed of a 2-run home run right there. That changes everything. Judge had almost had 2 home runs. If that second one didn't hit literally like a foot away from a home run, the game is different. But if we would have won that game, we'd be 2 games out instead of 2.5 games. I think the Yankees could do it. Let me know what you guys think, right? In the chat. What do you think their record will be in the next 12 games? You know, whether you think 12-0, 10-0, 11-1, 8-4, 7-5, 6-6, whatever it is, you let me know in the chat. I was trying to put a poll, but it wasn't letting me add all those options to it, so I couldn't do it the way I wanted to do it. Let's see if I could do it now. Little poll. Nah, I'm not gonna do it. This damn poll thing. I'm gonna have to make my own. I'm gonna make my own poll. I'll make a program that just does a poll from the chat. I can't rely on that thing. Jacob says we're going 0-15. If that was to happen, bro, it's done. We might not even be in the playoffs after that. 0-15. That'll be the biggest collapse. And you know what's crazy though, Jacob? I don't know 0-15. I'm talking about 12. The next 12. But if we were to go 0-12, 0-15, whatever you want, in September, and they don't fire Boone immediately, oh man. And that doesn't happen. If you go 0-15 in September, people need to get fired. For sure. No playing around. Andrew says 6-6. Susan says 7-5. Jason says they need to go like 8-4, 7-5, but I don't trust this team. They got to prove it. I feel you. 9-3. Yo, we go 9-3. We in this. We in this. But those 3 can't be versus Toronto. That's the only thing. They can't be versus Toronto. You talking about Li? Man, y'all got to leave Li alone, man. Li, don't get me wrong. He be saying some crazy shit sometimes, but he's a good dude. I fuck with Li. Just know, I think the last 36 games versus playoff teams, The Yankees are 11-25. That's why we got to turn. That's why I say a 6-6 ain't good enough. 6-6 ain't gonna cut it for this team. They go 6-6 these next 12 games, and I'm really worried. They go 6-6 these next 12 games. You can kiss the AL East is gone at that point. No AL East. All you can wish for is a wild card spot. But if they go 8-4, we might be in this, especially if we take that series versus Toronto and Boston, right? They go 9-3. Now 9-3. But really 8-4. If we could take 2 out of 3 versus each 4 of these series, you're making a statement. The Yankees are back. I'm telling you. You put in the whole AL East on notice. You just won a series versus every playoff team in September, right? In recent history. Not like you won a series versus them in April. No, we're talking about in September, you literally won a series versus every playoff team that you're going to face going into October. That's a big statement, folks. That's how you go into October. That's how you go into October feeling good, feeling confident, and feeling like we can beat every one of these teams. We just did it. You know what I mean? That's how they got to see it. That's why I say, man, it's gonna be hard, man, especially for this team. It seems like sometimes this team seems like they just can't finish it off. Like they can't, the finishing move, like they don't have the killer instinct. Like they take their foot off the gas and let a team come back, or let a team freaking take a game in a series. And a lot of that has to do with Boone too. I feel like certain times, right? Let's say if it's the seventh inning and Boone is down and the Yankees are down 2, let's say it's 5-3, 7th inning. You think Boone is bringing in highlight? No, that's when Boone is going to, and I understand the logic. That's when he's going to bring the Yerry De Los Santoses, the Mark Leiter Juniors, and the bottom of the barrel in the bullpen, because he's not gonna waste his he has the mentality. He's not gonna waste his good relievers for a game, even if he's down 2 in the 7th. And then what ends up happening, that two runs turns into 4, and now you're really out of it. What are you doing? Come here. You going to sleep? Good night. Love you. My baby right here. You going to bed? Go to bed. Go to school. 2. Come here. My bad. Yeah. So yeah, and I get it, but a 2-run game in the 7th is still winnable. Like you can still come back. But those are games that I feel like the Yankees, they just kind of be like, you know what? We'll just put in the bottom of the barrel relievers, and if we happen to come back, so be it. But we're saving everybody for tomorrow. And sometimes, and I understand that way of thinking, the logic behind it. But I'm more, especially right now, I'm more in the thinking that you gotta play every game like it's the last, right? Because if that was a game 7, you're definitely not doing that. You gotta play every game as if it's the last. There's a time to be like, you know what, just punt this game. Like we can't waste these pitchers in. But 2 runs in the 7th inning or something like that, that's still a game you can come back from. But what happens is he goes with the bottom of the barrel pitchers, and they give up 2-3 more, and then the Yankees score 2 more, and it's like, damn, if they could have just held it, we would have been back in this game. But instead, we're out of it, Boone should be gone anyway. I doubt they will, but he should be. Yeah, he definitely should. He called up losing 15 in a row. That'd be crazy, man. Texas, Kansas City, Cleveland can't catch the AL East. Yeah, nobody. I don't think they are either. But if we lose 15 in a row, like Jacob just said, it's gonna be. It probably will. What if we go 6-6, but sweep the Red Sox and Jays? Yeah, but if we do that, the thing is, I'm looking at, it depends on what they do, right? But if we go 6-6, we sweep those teams, we still we might just be nowhere. We still might be 3 games. We might even be more than that. You know, we still might be 3-4 games out. And then it's like, okay, we didn't gain any progress. That's what I'm saying. 6-6 ain't terrible, but 6-6 at that point with 2 weeks left, right? With 2 weeks left, it's gonna be hard to take the American League East at that point. Right now, the American League East is still up for grabs. We're only 2.5 games back. If we go 6-6 the next 12 games and sweep Toronto and the Blue Jays, Toronto and the Red Sox. Now it depends how their next 12 games go. But if they're also 6-6, right, then we don't move nowhere. We still 2.5 games back with 2 weeks left to play. Well, not even 2 weeks, with 12 games left to play. And it becomes a lot harder. My goal is, right, and I get it. I'm looking at the full 12 days, right? But my goal is to come out of that Toronto series. My bad, I'm so close to the mic. We need to come out of this Toronto series in first place or tied for first place. If we can do that, oh man, that'll be huge. Huge. The stadium, especially it's at Yankee Stadium too. The stadium is gonna be going crazy. That'll be huge for this team, for the morale, for the confidence, for everything. But first, we got to get through Houston. If we could gain a game or even half a game or something on Toronto and go into the Toronto series 2 back or something like and leave there tied for first or in first, I'm telling you, that's stuff like that, right? And this is from somebody who's watched the 96 Yankees, the 95 Yankees, which is the 30th year anniversary or whatever. The 90 all the dynasty years, right? Stuff like that, games like that, when you have a big series like that, where you catch a team, you catch up to the Blue Jays after losing that spot a month or 2 ago. If they could catch up to them, I'm telling you, that could change everything in this team. That could change everything. That's momentum right there. That's when you build the momentum. Not beating the White Sox 3 out of 4. That's good. You got to do those. But that's fool's gold right there. That's what that is. It's fool's gold. We saw it already. We saw it when we swept the Cardinals and Tampa Bay and came in and played Boston at home and got destroyed. It's fool's gold. Real momentum is when you beat the team that's holding your spot, the team with the crown, right? The first place team, and you take first. We saw what happened with the Blue Jays, right? When the Blue Jays beat us, when they swept us that 4-game series and took first from us, bro, the momentum, bro, their aura went to level 1,000. Their momentum just grew and they just took off. And that's what will happen with this team, with the Yankees. If we can leave that Toronto series tied for first or in first, I promise you the Yankees are going to take off from there and don't look back. But we got to do it. We could talk about it all day. But I think that, look, it's right. They can do it. They can do it. Definitely can. It's crazy we're the Yankees and we're looking at the schedule like we're the Rockies. We shouldn't be worried about anyone ever. No. Ken said the Yankees will win the AL East and finish a 92-70 record. Yeah, we could. That's the thing. Look, anything right now, all those things are possible, man. But they got to do it. I think they could, though. To be honest, I think they could. And I think they would. But at the same time, if they didn't, I wouldn't be surprised. That's the thing, that we don't know who we're going to get with this team. We don't know who this team is. We've seen this team very bad. We've seen this team be, I'm talking about beyond terrible. And then we've seen this team be really good. So who knows, right? Who knows which Yankees are going to show up. I hope they finally hope they finally show up to a big game, because they've yet to do that this year. Like show up to big games and really. I'm talking about games with postseason vibes, right? They've yet to come into those games and actually do well. Jamie said, Jason, if we go 6-6, at least the ALE sweeps. Is that good? No, it's not, man. It's not, bro. Don't get me wrong. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it's not good either. Because if you go 6-6, here's why I'm saying that, right? I'm gonna pull up the schedule one more time while my dog barks in my ear. My goodness. If we go 6-6, sweeping Toronto and Boston, that means we got swept by Houston and Detroit. You see what I'm saying? That's still bad, right? These are the teams. These 4 teams right here are the teams we're gonna face in the playoffs. We have to show that we can beat these teams. We cannot get swept by any of these teams in September, a few weeks from the playoffs. Can't happen. You gotta at the very minimum, at least take one of those games, right? So let's say I would rather them go 6-6. I'm not even gonna say that because I don't want them to go 6-6 is the bare minimum, right? We're not shooting for that, right? Especially after being the worst team in baseball for 2 months straight, or one of the worst. No, we want to go above 500, 7-5 at the very minimum. That's what I'm doing. I'm not lowering my standards. I'm sorry. If this team doesn't, I'm gonna be pissed. Lou says 5-7. Damn. How will we be 4 games out if we sweep Toronto and Boston? We're 2.5 games out. It depends, because if they win every single, it all depends, right? But even 3, we could be 4 games out. I'm not gonna do the math. So you have the time, Jacob, to sit right now and do the fucking math. I'm here talking, right? Why you gotta be a smart ass, my guy, bro? Man, Jacob, man, you a real fucking piece of work sometimes, dude. Jose G, you always, my thing with you, Jacob, is that you always want to undermine me for some reason, bro. You're always trying to undermine me. Look, my guy, bro, I get it. I'm not doing the math right now. I'm just thinking off the fly. If we sweep them, if we sweep Toronto and Boston, I'm not going to do the math. I'm saying we could be 4 games out, 3 games out. I don't know, 3.5, 2.5, whatever it is, it's not good, bro. The point is to come out of that Toronto series in first place. First place. That's the point. That's the point. Yankees 2026 schedule. Man, you know what? I'll get to that when we get to it. I looked at it briefly, but I'm not. Look, we got to get through this schedule first, man. We got to get through this schedule. So he said the Yankees of the 90s had a great manager. Players knew who and where they were hitting, and they didn't have stupid rules like now. Nah, I know. You're right. But I mean, look. Unfortunately, we have what we have, right? We got to play with what we got. So I'm hoping they can figure it out. I really am. Jose G, if the Angels can beat the Astros 2 out of 3, I believe we can too. We should be able to. We should. If we could beat them 2 out of 3. Well, it depends. It depends if the Blue Jays, because if the Blue Jays win the next 2 or 3, whatever, we'll see. The Blue Jays have 2 more games. If they win versus Cincinnati, I'm trying to do the math, but it's too much math, right? I'm not gonna do all that. Look, the point is we need to go into that Toronto series at the most 3 games back. At the very most. You want to go into that Toronto series with the hopes that you can leave that series either tied for first place or solely in first place. You know, you don't want to go into that series 4 games back where you're looking like even if we sweep them, we're still not in first, you know. You want to put the pressure back on Toronto. That's what I'm trying to say, man. The Judge only hit the White Sox in trashionals lately. Oh man, but hopefully, man, he could freaking catch fire, man. The thing, I'm not worried about Judge so much, man, but he does. My thing with Judge, he's got to come up, man. Now is the time to come up big. Tomorrow's the time. Jacob says, I'm not trying to my guys coming up like that. No, you're right, man. I just feel like, dude, like, it's easy for you to, like, I'm here talking, right? I said, look, if they go 6-6, right, sweeping Toronto and the Red Sox, I'm just doing the math off the fly. I'm like, that'll put us, what, 3-4 games still out of first? At that point, it's pretty much over, right? Depending on what the Blue Jays do the next 12 games. And you're going to say it's 4.5 games, you know, be mad. I'm like, damn, dude, well, you got to be mad technical. Yeah, I'm off half a game or a game. Bro, right now we're doing a whole bunch of what if and playing out every scenario. But we could go, I don't know, we could sweep all these teams, right? And Toronto could do the same. But even then, right, look, right now we're 2.5 games back. 2.5 games. Chalk that up to 3.5 games. As a matter of fact, let's put it. Let me look at the standings again. Let's look at the standings. All right. So, okay. We need a win. How many games is left? Look, we need to win 4 more games, right? Than the Blue Jays do. We need 4 more games, 4 more W's than the Blue Jays do for the rest of the September. If we could win 4 more than they do, I don't know how many games is left. It's probably like 20-something games left. Let me see. I'll count it right now for you. 25 games. All right. If we win 4 more than the Blue Jays, we're the AL East champions, right? The division series, the division champs. 4 more, right? Remember, we can't end up in a tie. Because if we end up in a tie, they take the series. The same thing with Boston, because they won so many, they've won more games than us. And even if we sweep them, even if we sweep Boston and Toronto, they still have won more games than us this year. And if we end in a tie, they get first place. Now, what would be crazy, there is a scenario, I believe. I gotta do the math. There's a lot of math involved, but I think there is a scenario where Boston, Toronto, and the Yankees can all finish tied for first place. And if that happens, the Yankees are definitely in third place, right? Because they beat us the series. Now I don't know what's the record between Toronto and the Red Sox. I should look that up. But that'll be interesting, right? I'm looking. Yeah, that would be crazy, right? If it was a 3-way tie for the division. And at that point, the Yankees, we pretty much fucked ourselves. We'll be in third place. We will be in third place at that point. TC Steers, what's up, man? What's going on, brother? Yeah. The Jays don't want it. They keep losing to bad teams lately. The pitching is struggling. Reds came back and yeah, they came back. We 2.5 out. 2.5. TC, man, let me know what's the vibe check. We need a vibe check on TC. If TC Steels is back on board with this team, all is well, right? But if not, what do you think realistically? What do you think is the record the next 12? Or what do you think what would satisfy you as a longtime Yankee fan, TC? Because I value your opinion. What's the record that will make you back on board with this team? You let me know. Is it 8-5, 8-4? Is it CC says he's back on the train. He's back on the bandwagon if we go 7-5 or better next week or next 12. Yeah, 7-5 or better. Yep. I think that. Hold on, I think that we gotta go into Toronto, into that series with Toronto. We gotta go into that series at the very most 3 games behind. That is the most we can be. All right. That means we got to take 2 out of 3 here and hope that they lose a game at some point. If we could go 3 games back, then that leaves us with at least a chance to leave that series tied for first. Yeah. Hey, we didn't exactly dominate the White Sox. We barely won Saturday. And well, yesterday they beat us the same way that the Jays. Yeah, I know, Real Bill. And you're right. You're right. But, you know, a win is a win, right? I get it that we barely won versus a bad team. And that's not good. But, hey, what are we going to do? We got 3 out of 4. We should have had 4 out of 4, but we got 3 out of 4. And they just got to play up. This is the time. They haven't done it all season. This is the time. Now, I'm telling you right now, look. Now, if we go to Houston and get embarrassed like we did after that 6-game winning streak or whatever it was versus when we got beat by the Boston Red Sox last week. If we go into Houston like that and get embarrassed, yeah, man, it ain't looking good. It really ain't. Because then that just confirms that this team can only beat bad teams if they do that. Blue Jays still have to play Kansas City as well. No, yeah, then they got a bunch of games versus Tampa Bay and Boston. So hopefully they destroy each other. We'll see. The thing is, hopefully, right? Because I think, hold on, let me see. They have 1, 2, 3. All right, the Blue Jays have, I'm going to just put this up here. We got to look at Boston now, too. Don't sleep on Boston. Or after that, they got the Astros, the Orioles, and then towards the end, those last 2 weeks, they got 3 versus Boston and a whole bunch, like 6 versus Tampa Bay and 3 versus the Royals. Yeah, we need help from these other teams too. We're gonna need help from these other teams. But my thing is, I don't want to come out of these next 12 games hoping that these other teams could beat the Blue Jays and the Red Sox for us. I want us to beat them. I want us to go and take it from them the same way they took it from us. That's going to show me something. Not, oh, we caught them because another team did the job for us. That's not going to do it, We got to beat them. We got to show them that we can beat them. That's the difference. If we win the World Series, we need drunk custodial live. No, man, no more drinking for me, man. After that, those kidney stone stuff. Right now I'm drinking cranberry juice. No drinking. Not for a while anyway. Can't rely on the home run in Houston. Got to produce other ways. They got to figure it out, man. I tell you what, though. They're going to... Look, if that's all we can do is hit home runs, then my goodness, man, I hope we just start hitting home runs. But you're right. Especially versus Framber Valdez. This dude induces ground balls for some reason. He's a ground ball machine. So we'll see. We will see. Real Bill says he'll drink the brew for me. I heard Houston got a full squad back too. Yeah, they got Yordan Alvarez back. Yeah, it's going to be... Jose Caballero needs to be in the lineup tomorrow. His numbers versus Framber Valdez is the best on the team. He has the most at-bats versus him too. And the best numbers versus him. If he's not in the lineup tomorrow, what are we doing? What are we doing, really? What are we doing if he's not in the lineup tomorrow? If he's not in the lineup and Volpe's in the lineup, bro, at that point, we're not even trying. We're not even trying. Like, I hope not. I hope when that lineup comes tomorrow, I'm going to be waiting for it. When that lineup comes out tomorrow, if Jose Caballero is not in tomorrow's lineup, I God help me. Lord help me, please. I can't. At that point, I can't, man. I really can't. And not even Rosario, I understand. Rosario's numbers are terrible. Even though he's a lefty killer, his numbers versus Framber Valdez are not good at all. He has bad numbers versus him. Probably the worst. He's 1 for 9 versus him. Caballero's 5 for 12 versus him with a home run, a double, 2 walks. You got to have Caballero in there. You just have to. I appreciate it, man. Take care, Jacob. And my bad for yelling at you, man. I've been sensitive lately. But this is going to be a toenail biting time. Yeah, I can't even I can't even get my toes to my mouth. Pause. That sounded crazy. Judge, Belly, and Stanton can carry us. Hope so. Custodio Boone only cares about Volpe's feelings. Well, Boone's gonna lose his job, man. Hopefully, him and Volpe, they could take their feelings and get the hell out of here. His numbers don't lie. That's my thing, man. I don't know what these guys be looking at, but Caballero better be in that lineup. That's all I'm gonna say. And then Stanton and Judge, Caballero, Stanton, Judge have to be in the lineup, as well as Cody Bellinger and Trent Grisham and Ben Rice and Jazz Chisholm Jr. So now that leaves you with Volpe, Goldschmidt, Rosario, McMahon. Figure it out, right? Figure it out who you're gonna put at that point. But those guys that I just named need to be in the lineup because their numbers are just that good versus this dude. They probably are. They're probably just gonna put Caballero at third. Especially because it's a lefty versus McMahon. They're not going to... You're right. That's probably what they'll do. Which makes... I don't know. Even though Amer Rosario, his number, he's only 1 for 9 versus him, I'd like him in there at third. He's not terrible, too. His defense, I know his fielding value is not that great. But he didn't look too bad out there last series. Pull this up again. This is why I'm calling for Caballero needs to be in there. This is versus Framber Valdez. All right. I appreciate it, Real Bill, with the gifted membership. Kurin received it. Thanks, Real Bill. Appreciate it. I got to add like a special thing. But we'll do I don't know. Not that. Shoot some hearts aside. What about AC Slater? He's back. No, he's not back yet. He's rehabbing. Right now we got they just called up whatchamacallit. Let me look at the transactions. Ryan Yarbrough and JC Escaro. So they're back. They're back up and we'll see. I'm a little disappointed though, to be honest. I get it that it's good to have a third catcher. But I want to see Spencer Jones. I want to see Spencer Jones this year, not next year. Let the man get called up. Let him get called up. I don't care if he plays once a week. I bet you he'd rather be in the big leagues playing once a week than in AAA playing every day. I'm almost positive, almost 100% positive that he would rather be in the big leagues doing that. So we'll see. That was today's moves right there. They called it, yeah. That's what I say. He's still chasing Jesse and Kelly. Then we got to do a poll: Jesse or Kelly. Who's better? You got to be old school for that. For Saved by the Bell. Jesse, Kelly, or Lisa. That's the vote. We're gonna do a freaking poll on that one. They needed a 40-man spot. Yeah, but Jacob, bro, we just went through that, bro. They got so many dudes on that 40-man that are never gonna get called up. Not anytime soon, anyway. Take them off, but they don't want to take them off because they don't want to lose these guys. Enough with the business stuff, man. They could take off a whole bunch of guys. We just went through. You want me to go through it again? That 40-man is filled with dudes who are just taking spots from other people's. Talking about a whole bunch of dudes, man. I take off Yorbe Vivas. Who the hell is Braden Shoemake? What does his numbers look like? Oh, that's the guy they get him off the 40. DFA his ass. Freaking and put Spencer Jones on there. There's a lot of guys, man. I get it. They like Alan Winans, but he sucks. He's not a big league pitcher. Get his ass off the 40-man. You know, there's so many guys. There's so many guys on that 40-man that could come off. Bro, they could DFA Ian Hamilton right now. I wouldn't lose no sleep. You know? Same with Scott Efros. Even though I don't know what happened. Yeah, he's done too. There's a whole bunch of guys on here that could go, bro. There's a whole bunch. I want to see. I want Spencer Jones up in the big leagues sooner rather than later. Sooner rather than later. Jason says, Kelly, come on, bro. Really? Kelly? What's her name again? I forgot her real name. Kelly was 5. Damn, you guys all went for Kelly. I like Lisa, bro. Lisa was 5 to me. Get it? Lisa was the best one. I didn't like Kelly too much. I mean, I don't know. I like Lisa. She's the best one. Winans doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I don't know what. That 40-man is a lot of people there that can come off. That I wouldn't care about. I gotta look into why. Okay, so these guys that are like while not officially part of the 40-man roster, players on the 60-day injured list are included on the 40-man tab. Okay, I was wondering why are all these 60-day IL guys? They're not supposed to be on the 40-man, but I see it now. Blackburn is still. He's still here. Paul Blackburn. Your man is still here, dude. That dude, he needs to, like, why is he still here? What value does he bring? I don't know. I'm looking at the active roster right now. Yeah, or even, man, I don't know. They got to find a way. They could find a way to get him up here. They need to find a way. Soon, freaking, when Austin Slater comes, somebody's got to move too. Let me see how many pitchers we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14. All right, we have 14 pitchers right now. I think Boone will want to keep 14 pitchers. So that means that somebody, unless they get rid of Blackburn and go with 13 pitchers and bring up Austin Slater. But then I don't argue against that. I'd be like, look, I don't know. We'll see what he's gonna do. Blackburn is still here, man. That's your hero. I can be your hero, baby. James, a hot take. Wouldn't shock me if Cody is in center field. Caballero and Stanton on the corners tomorrow against the lefty. Yeah, and who plays third? So, Ahmed Rosario. Lisa's underrated. Yeah, man. Tiffany Amber. Yes. Damn, you know her name and everything, bro. You on stalker level. That's stalker level. So remember a name like that and be able to spell it. That's borderline stalker level, TC. Ryan and Blackburn are redundant. I highly doubt they keep both for the remainder of the season. Hedrick. I think he was hurt. Let me see. Yeah, he's on the 15-day. He's on the 15-day. Hedrick is on the 15-day IL. Black Bulls is still on the roster. Oh my god. TC got the Jergens out. That's crazy. Yeah, man. TC, bro. The way you spell that name like that, bro, is like it's part of the family, man. You say you're married, that don't mean nothing, man. It could have been 30 years ago you was stalker level. Not for you. I'm married too, man. He's another guy you can option because when was the last time Yankees had 3 lefties in the pen? Hedrick could get option. He could, man, but I'd rather them get rid of Blackburn. I've seen more from Hedrick. Yeah, he's not great, but he's a lefty too. I'd rather get rid of Blackburn. That's what I'll do. Paul Goldschmidt as of July 1st. No, you gotta don't put it like that. Put like 7/1/25. Yeah, I'll do it for you. I'm about to get off here soon. 7. Anything to pull up? Paul Goldschmidt. Oh no, I didn't put as of. I'm sorry. Oh my god, man. Yeah, I'm tired. I need to. There you go. That's a sick thing you got. Are you talking about? Oh, the stats thing? That's crazy, right? You can do a lot of, man. Just think of any random baseball player from the past and put their number there. So, for instance, I'm gonna put, I don't know, yeah, the stat. Let's put up any just random baseball player. So I'm gonna put Cal Ripken Jr. Let's see. I've never tried Cal Ripken. Right, that's his career numbers. I'm gonna put Cal Ripken Jr. What year? Let's put 1999. I think he was still playing then. Cal Ripken. I'm gonna put Cal Ripken September 1998. See his stats, September 1998. Oh, I spelled it wrong. I think you spelled Scott Brochures wrong, brother. All right, let's see if this works. This should work. These are his stats in September of 1998, the month of September. I'm gonna put Babe Ruth, October 1927. Oh, you overrated me. Yeah. Yeah, I'm a Giants fan. Yeah, I coded this all by myself with the help. I'm not gonna lie, with the help of AI too. It just makes it a lot faster. With AI, it helps a lot. I'm not in the front. It does. But you still, like, if you just go in, you gotta know the basic, just basic knowledge. You gotta know something about coding, right? You gotta know, because if not AI, you will never get nowhere. It's gonna fuck. AI is gonna make a lot of mistakes, and you need to know that it's making these mistakes and tell it how to fix it too. Or you can just code it yourself, but that would take forever, you know. Jason says, how do you even figure that out? It's just a lot of time, brother. I went to school for this too, so it helps that I have a little background in it. Robo says, it would be a disgrace if Donnie Baseball gets a ring with another team. Yeah, man. Look, I have Don Mattingly's autographed jersey there. You know what sucks, man? You know what I was thinking about the other day? I was like, what if Judge doesn't win a World Series, right, in his career? Then the two jerseys that I have signed have Don Mattingly and Aaron Judge. It'd be the two captains that never won anything. How embarrassing. But I do have a ball with Derek Jeter's autograph over there. But these two, man, I'll be like, damn, dude. I want to get an autographed Jeter jersey, but that one was too much, man. Just too much money. Yeah, the betting thing, I'm gonna bring that back too. I've been working on it. I'm trying to fix the graphic stuff, and I'll show you what I've been doing besides that. There's a lot of things, man. I've been, it's just gonna take time. Some of this stuff is actually pretty hard. Let me see where I put this thing. I don't know where I put this thing on YouTube player. I'm trying to find. I've been working on the graphics, like how it looks. But I do have the betting thing. Man, where is this thing? Take a screen. Okay. I'll show you. Oh, so I've been working on this here. So I have this betting program where it uses fake money, and you can like pick players for a game, and it's like fantasy betting, like FanDuels or DraftKings and stuff like that. So I'm trying to bring that back, but I've been working on some stuff. I just haven't had a lot of time to really focus on this stuff here. But it's gonna look something like that. So I'm trying to get it to be. Let me see. It'll be something like this. This is just a mock-up that I'm doing, but that's just one part of it. I don't know, man. I'll bring it back, and you'll see it's pretty dope. Pretty dope. Oh, you have experience? That's what I do, mostly Python. I love Python. That's my language of choice. Ross Dog's Broken Spirit. What's up, brother? What's going on, man? How you doing? How you been? Fix the betting program. I'm gonna bring it back. The betting program works right now. I'm just trying to bring it. I'm trying to make it better, you know. It'll be, bro. Your channel is the most unique thing and exclusive from the rest. For yeah, I appreciate it, Jose. You know, the thing is with this stuff, and I'll be honest, right? This is really me being honest. Like all the stat stuff and all that. I know that that's cool, and I know that stuff does not exist. There's only one place you can find something like that, and that's here. But does that concept, like, I also understand that you got to bring value to the viewer, right? I know when I watch somebody, I want value. I want them to actually know what they're talking about, and there is a little bit of a little aspect of entertainment in this YouTube stuff, and then it's more like just bringing value to the viewer, man. Whether it be stats or whatever it is, I don't know. Whatever it is, I don't know. I do this because I like doing it. It's fun for me. I don't think I'm ever gonna like make money off of it or anything like that. The little money I do make, most of it goes right back into this stuff anyway. Yeah, and that's just how it is. But I don't know. I've always been like a builder kind of guy. I like making these programs and stuff with these stats, and I'm gonna make it better. I was even thinking about making like a crossword game where I have a crossword puzzle on the side, and in the chat you have to solve it from the chat. You know, the same way I do the trivia and all that, but one thing at a time. One thing at a time. Real Bill says, I'm old enough now that I can just use the force and program. Or you have a background in C sharp or in C and C++. Why is this cutting off like this? Yeah. It's a shame if Cole, Stanton, and Judge don't get a ring. Yeah, it is a shame. Seattle lost 4 games up on Seattle. Then yeah, I'm not too worried about Seattle, man, to be honest. It's a great channel to get Yankee fans together, and Castode's a good dude. I appreciate it, man. What's up, Jonathan? Man, I haven't seen you. I'm surprised you're up this late. Well, it's not that late. I'm so used to going on like after a Yankees game that I thought it was like 12 o'clock right now. It was only 9:44 where I'm at. I'm in Texas. So if you're in the East Coast, it's what, 10:44. I'm just going to have a sports, weather, and news studio. No, that's what's up, man. Bill, you keep saying it, man. But you just got to do, if you just got back from the airport, Jonathan, well, I hope you had a good flight if you were flying. The thing with, if you want to do your own channel, I encourage anybody to do it. There's no harm in trying, right? The hardest thing with this is to just press record or press go live or whatever it is. That's the hardest part. You'll overthink. And if you're like me, where I'm a perfectionist, I don't know, that's just the way I am. Then, if you're like that, then yeah, it's going to be hard because you're going to want to do a lot, want to make everything perfect and all that. But you really don't need to. I think the first thing, as long as you sound good, you have a good mic, is most important. And you're actually bringing value in whatever you're talking about, whatever it is, then that's the best thing, and everything else will come later. And I'll show, one day I'm going to do a video of my setup. I'm going to show you all the craziness I got behind me, or in front of me, actually. To show you guys. I will show you right now. I think I could probably do that. Hold on. Let me see. Yeah, let me do this real quick. What the hell? Oh, maybe I have to do it another day then. This thing. Anyway, I'll just do that another time. Jose G, even that picture frame you have behind you is dope. I appreciate it, man. I'm trying to get better with the stuff, man. I want to show you how all this shit looks, but I'll have to do it another time because I don't feel like moving stuff and trying to connect this thing. Hold on, let me see if all right. Anyway, this shit's gonna take too long, man. He said, "What's up, Jonathan? You just get back from your mansion in Cape Cod." Oh man, you guys are crazy. Boone was at University of North Carolina football game tonight. Really? So that means, well, at least we know he's not focused on the game tonight. Oh, where were they playing? First of all, were they playing at North Carolina, or who were they playing? Because that's a pretty long flight from North Carolina to Houston, and if that was a night game too. I don't know. Not what you want, right? Not what you want from your manager. Not what you want. God damn, this thing is oh, they're playing TCU. Oh, that's in Texas, so that's right there. Yeah, TCU is right there. So okay, that's not too bad. He probably drove over there or took a short flight. It's not terrible. It's not the worst thing. So oh my God. All right. I'm gonna switch this real quick. Let me turn this off right here. Oh shoot. Damn. All right. I hope y'all can see that right there. All right, check it out, y'all. This is what I was talking about. Let me keep my thing. So this is the setup right here, behind the scenes. That's my printer, my 3D printer. That's my daughter's thing. My computer. It's the behind the scenes. Yeah. That's the behind the scenes, man. How far is Dallas from you? Dallas is like 4 or 5 hours. I'm in San Antonio. So ways away. No, this computer, I built this computer myself. Everything in there, I put it together myself. Boone took Volpe out for some ice cream afterward. They were holding hands, right? Walking down the campus. That's funny. Oh, it was at North Carolina. Okay, but TCU is a Texas team. That's why I was like, okay. Bam Bam, what's up, Bam? The monitor, I don't know. I bought this, it was whatchamacallit? They call it like an open box thing. Yeah. I can't remember how much. It was expensive, like $500 though. Bam Bam Special Ops, my guy. Boom Pop. Yeah, man. You saw the baseball I have, man? That baseball there, I have a whole bunch of autographs on there. I got Posada, Jeter, Pettit, Martina. A lot of them are faded away, but my daughter, when she was a baby, she rolled all over it. But at least she didn't get it on the Jeter autograph. That's the most important one. I had Mariano Rivera, Mariano Duncan on there. Whole bunch. Alienware. Yeah, that's a good brand, but my computer I put together myself, man. I just bought the parts and built it myself. Turn this thing on. Made me think that Bruce Willis movie when he said you a fan of the This is my command center. He said in the mother's basement. Yeah, it is like a command. But that's what I'm saying, man. I do too much, though. I'm over the top. I've always been like that. Like I'm an extremist. I take it to a whole nother level, you know. But you don't need none of this stuff. That's my thing. The phone is just as good. Your phone is just good. You can do it just with your phone. You don't need all this stuff. A lot of this stuff I already had, and I've been doing YouTube. If you look since like 2015, 2016, you know. So little by little, you start accumulating stuff and putting stuff together. My boy's got a ton of 98 Yankee stuff. He got to go on the Yankees plane with the team. Yeah. Oh, he got to go on the Yankees plane with the team? That's crazy. That's what's up. Not me, man. I wish, man. I wish. I've never even touched the floor, the field of a Major League Baseball field. I've never even touched a Major League Baseball field before. You know? I actually stood 2 feet on it. Nah. The closest probably, like, I think me and my cousin Bama has sat like right there by like the bat boy, and I probably stuck my hand out and tried to touch it. No, never even been on a Major League field. Ever. That's a good setup. I was just reminded of that movie. Yeah. Yeah, it is like a command center, man. That's just, I'm over the top. I don't need all these lights and stuff. I'm just extra, man. I'm a techie, man. I love tech stuff. Like, just what I am. My sister has 2 seats from the old stadium and grass. That's crazy. If I would have known, I would have tried to get some. I mean, nobody knows, man. I could grab a bunch of dirt from any baseball field and put it in a jar and said, this is Yankee Stadium dirt. And somebody will buy it, right? Not giving you any ideas, but that's how it is. Let me see if this is working. I'm about to shut this down here in a second. But I do want to test this credits thing because I made this new stuff. All right. Let's see if this is working here. All right. Yeah, that's going to do it for me, folks, man. I appreciate everybody. I'll see you here tomorrow. I know it's been another long one. If you just joining, tune into the beginning. That's when we actually talked about baseball and the Yankees and stuff. Right now, I'm just bullshitting, trying to test some things behind the scenes, too. This is and I'll show you another day because it gets a little crazy. But yeah, I'm gonna try something right now. I'm trying to make this credits thing where it shows the credits. So we'll see if this works. If it doesn't, I'll see you guys tomorrow anyway. Hopefully, we win tomorrow versus Houston. Have a blessed evening. Take care, everybody. Peace.
He's riding in the shadow of a dusty sunlit dawn. The black cowboy Trent Grisham hits bombs, a glove of gold and a bat that swings true. With a soul as wild as the skies he rides through. Oh, he hits 'em high and he hits 'em strong. Over fences they fly where the brave belong. In the field of green, he's a sight we trust. Trent Grisham's name ain't bound to.
Hold on, that wasn't what I wanted. That did not work. It's showing all the no, you know what it is? I was practicing this. I turned off my camera so you don't see me. I was practicing this on another live stream earlier. Just trying to get it, and I forgot to delete it. So it's showing a whole bunch of other people's stuff and not our stuff. So yeah, that didn't work at all. That didn't work at all. So it is what it is. I'll have it working tomorrow though for sure. Anyway, y'all, I see y'all, man. Peace, y'all.